So you can see there's a Salesforce page. It's a home page, and it has some sort of layout, right? So this is a standard layout. It has been provided by Salesforce. There are some more standard layouts that has been provided by Salesforce. Suppose if we go to our application, we'll go to app launcher, then the similar process we have been doing. Yes, then select our app. So you can see that it has some tabs, right? So this is also a layout, and if we say if we open this, so you can see that it has a format like trainer name, email ID, mobile number, address. So all these things are aligned in a column, right? So this is also a layout. Let us suppose we have created two uh, objects. We have created trainer object and candidate object, right? So trainer object has this page layout, and candidate object also has some sort of page layout, right? And if we open any if we try to create any candidate for any trainer, it gives a different type of view in which we have to fill the records, fill the fields. These are the fields, so we'll have to fill all these. And suppose I want to suppose I want to change its layout. It's a layout, right? So I want to change its layout, then I can do it. So we'll try to change layouts, right? Suppose if we want to create any candidate, it all the columns, all the fields have been aligned in a column. I want some fields to be in a different column, like in this column, right? So okay, before creating, let us see that where to go from for layout. So for that, let's go to setup, and in setup we'll yes in setup we'll search for, or we'll just go to uh, this tab for object manager, and suppose candidate. So you can see that a page layout option. So click on that, and you can see that for candidate object there is a candidate layout, right? And if we want to see for trainer, we can also see that trainer page layout. So trainer, and its trainer layout. So if I want to open it, then we can see that there are different columns, there are different buttons, fields, buttons, quick actions, mobile and lightning action. So all these things are here, related list and report charts. All these options are here. So in between, in these options, if I select field, so if I select field, you can see that section, blank space, all uh, available things are here, and all these things are in the layout itself, like a trainer name, right? It has trainer name, email ID, email number, right? All these things are in the layout, and those things which are not in the layout, they are available here, right? So we'll see all these things one by one. Okay, now let's go and create one. So suppose for example, I want to make section or a blank space. So section and blank space, these are, what are these? Okay. So if I want to make a blank space between two fields, right? So I have given a blank space between address and specialty field, right? So whenever uh, the record got saved and it was done on trainer layout, so refresh it. And if I want to create a new trainer, so you can see that there is a space, right? It was not previously, it was not available. Now a space is available in between address and specialty, right? So this is what blank space, and other functionalities are also there. Suppose I want to make separate columns of some fields, like specialty. So specialty is there, email ID and mobile number. Now save this and refresh it. Sometimes it takes some time to reflect. So let us create a new trainer and see what type of layout is visible. Right now it is not showing, but it will show. You can you can simply create a layout by, as you have seen, I just dragged and dropped. So by drag and drop, you can create a layout. And other things like section, we'll use it in candidate. So here is our candidate object. Go to page layouts. Here you can see candidate layout. And if I want to use it here, you can see that we have some calculation fields, like tax is uh, calculation field, tax amount. All these are calculation fields, so I want to put calculation field on this side. You can also arrange any field up or down, like you can rearrange any field according to your choice. Here it's apps input. Put square root output. And so okay, date folder. So suppose this is a section. Now I want to make it as a formula section. So formula section and okay. Got here. Okay. So under formula section, I want to put all these fields. So just drag and drop all those things. And where you want, you can also select the place where you want anything to be put. Delete a couple of fields there. So now save this. Let us create one candidate. Okay, let me refresh it. Let it come. So whatever field we have selected in formula section is not showing now. So here you can see that two options are here, read only and required. If it is read only, then it is not. That's why it is not showing. Right. So you can see that after upon creating a candidate, right, all these fields are visible, and you can see a formula section, right? So there is a section called formula section. You can see tax amount is there, total amount is there, and whatever fields we have selected in under formula section, all are visible, right? As these are calculating fields, right? So if there is any input, then these fields will be visible. I hope it's clear.
Yes.
Okay. So now we'll check for what are the fields mandatory for. Okay, you can see there is an option. There is a remove button, and after that there is a property button. So if we select at property button, click at property button, you can see that there are two options. If we want to make any fields read only and required, we can do this from here. So let us see all these functionalities one by one. Here you can see that fields we have done a couple of things in the field, right? So this is the fields, and yes, we have dragged and dropped and created a formula section in the field, right? So in the field there are approval status, candidate name, what we have created. in the past. All those things are visible here. Now the next section is button. So have you remember one button that is submit for approval? We have created this button recently, right? So apart from that, uh, I think all the buttons are standard buttons. Let us see. Yes, you can see that edit, delete, clone, change honor, change record type. So all buttons are available here. And here we have created this submit for approval. Right. If we don't want to make any things visible, then we can drag it to here, right? And it has been kept out from this box, right? So whenever the record got saved, will not uh, this button will not be available for us, right? So these are buttons, right? And after that there is a quick action. So quick action was used in classic Salesforce, right? So we don't have to do anything with this. And after that there is an option called mobile and lightning access. So this option is totally or fully dedicated to mobiles. You can see override and just click on this. Then some buttons, some tabs will be available for you. Post file, new event, new task, new contact, log a call, right? All these are for mobile functionalities. And below that there is expanded lookups. So expanded lookups are also for mobiles. And after that there are related list. So you can see that in candidate there is a related list, right? And approval history is already there. So you can see that approval history is there. And if we want to make any other things available there, suppose if you want to make notes and attachments available, this is very important functionality. So I want it here and on the top. And after that I want files to present in the related list. Then I drag and drop it here. And okay, related content, below files, related contents. So you can see that whatever things I wanted, I just dragged and dropped, right? And save this. So after saving, just refresh this page. And you can see that notes and attachments, files, approval history. There was one more thing. Was that related content? Okay, it may be available uh, after creating any relationship, right? So apart from that, all the things which we dragged and dropped is available. So you can see that the there are some ways to modify a page, there are a layout, right? And we have done only by dragging and dropping. And after related list, there is an option of report charts. So if you want to create a report chart, you have to create a section, and suppose name it as a report section. Okay, so after naming it, uh, detail page, edit page, save it, refresh it. So now create any uh, candidate. So for creating, you have to fill the trainer information. So select a trainer, just save it. Right now it's not visible. Maybe later we can see it after creating, after fulfilling the whole criteria. It may be visible, and it should be visible. Okay, now record type. Record type. For record type, we suppose there is a requirement. Suppose there is a requirement on candidate object. Uh, on candidate object, suppose there are some fields, right? On candidate object, suppose there are some fields for trainers. So on candidate object, there are there are some fields for trainers, like the fields for trainers may be email ID and phone number. And there are also some fields for account department, or you can see that, say that accountant. So what are the fields for accountant? Suppose fees is there. So suppose fees may be regarded for the use of accountant and tax, right? So these are the two fields accountants can use, uh, and these are the fields trainers can use. So trainers require email ID so that they could spread any information, they could send any information regarding training, and accountant require fees field so that they can calculate uh, whatever an accountant does, right? So these if a trainer sees the if a trainer see the fees field or tax field, so he has nothing to do with these two fields. And accountant, I think he is also nothing to do with these two fields like email ID and phones, right? So these are the required fields for trainers, and these are the required field for candidates. Oh, sorry, accountants. right? So under candidate object, there are some fields for trainers and there are some fields for accountants. And suppose we create, just create according to our requirement. Here you can see that for creating, whenever you want to create a new page layout, you just have to uh, copy. You just have to copy from the existing page layout, right? You just have to clone from the existing page layout. So existing page layout is candidate layout, and what I want to make is trainer layout. So save this. So on the trainer layout page, what are the things I don't want? So I don't want piece, we put here. I don't want this also, text, leave it. So remove all these things. So on trainers layout, I want only email ID, address, state, city, trainer, okay, mobile number, right? So nothing more than these fields, and hence I'm going to save this. So save this. So we have created one layout called trainer layout, right? Now we'll create one more layout called accountant layout. Similarly, similarly we can create so candidate layout, and here is accountant layout. Save this, and we'll make some necessary corrections here. So we are nothing to do with phone, email ID, address, state, city, trainer information. Okay, leave it because it's mandatory. That's why uh, we can't remove it, right? So if there is asterisk symbol, we can't remove those fields because these are mandatory fields. Now, and the rest we want for accountant. So save this. Now we have created accountant layout and trainer layout under candidate layout. So according to the requirement, we have created all these things. Now we'll create a record type, and record type we will okay. So we'll assign multiple page layouts in record types. So these are multiple page layouts we have, right? We have 3 page layouts, right? So we'll assign these page layouts in record type. So let's create record type new, existing record type will be master, will be trainer page. So it make it active if it is not, and Okay, next. So here we uh, we are going to assign a layout that is trainer layout because it's a trainer page, right? And save this. So we have created a trainer page. Similarly, we'll create one more for accountant. So the same process. So accountant page and make this div. Okay, make it available. Next, select the layout and save this. So far we have created two record types, accountant page and trainer page. So if you want to cross verify, right? If you want to cross verify uh, that what we have created, so we'll go to, and here you can see that the master is candidate layout and there is a page called accountant page, and under accountant page there are some options, right? And under trainer page there are also some options. So if we want to make any edits, if you want to uh, suppose, so if we want to select, you can select multiple fields, right? For selecting multiple fields you just have to press control key and keep on selecting, right? And if you want to change, you can change from here, like it's accountant layout, you want to make it candidate layout, you can do it by selecting from here candidate layout, right? And you can save this. So these fields, these profiles will change as candidate layout. Right now cancel it. So you can see that based on profiles you can also change the record types, right? So it's page layout,